It's quick and easy to set up a My Templates folder for UEFN. A My Templates folder is a folder into which you can drop your existing maps so that you can reuse them over and over for other games. This greatly speeds up UEFN development time as you don't have to start from a blank slate every time. But there are specific configurations you have to do for every UEFN map that you use as a template. In this video, I'll teach you how to set up a My Templates folder for UEFN, as well as the specific things to remove from your templates before creating new games with them. Firstly, create a My Templates folder in your folder directory where you currently save your Fortnite projects. For example, mine is located here. As you can see, there is your Fortnite projects. Right-click and then create a new folder and call this folder Fortnite Templates. Now I have already done so, so I am not going to do it again, but for you, just create a folder called Fortnite Templates, just like so. Once you have this folder created, you can close out from here. Then we need to launch UEFN, so launch your UEFN editor, and when your editor has opened, click on See All Projects. We basically want the old project interface because it's the only one where you have editor preference on the interface itself, so that you don't have to launch a game in order to get your editor preferences there at the bottom. So just click on Editor Preferences here at the bottom. And then you are going to see under Unreal Editor for Fortnite a Settings tab right here. Just click on that Settings tab. Right here under Projects at the very top is where you can assign your Projects folder as well as your Templates folder. So let's go and do that. Let's even go in and assign our Fortnite Projects folder. So we just click on the plus little sign there. Select from the drop down and navigate to where we have our Fortnite projects folder. Now you can see your Fortnite projects folder is selected under projects folder. Next up, you want to select your project template folder. That is the Fortnite templates folder we just created. So the same here, click on the little three dots just there. Go to where you have set up your Fortnite templates folder, click on it, don't go into the folder, just select folder, and there you go. Since this is auto save, you don't have to save it, but you can close it out. And if you click on editor preferences again, you're going to notice that now your templates folder is right here. Now to illustrate what it looks like if you do not have the templates folder indicated there, when you launch your Fortnite, you don't have a My Templates folder here. You can see you have your My Projects, your Island template, your Brand templates, and so on, but there is no My Templates folder. So what we have to do is, as we did before we assigned it here, just like so, close it and close the editor. You have to relaunch the editor in order to see this change. So we just open up our UEFN editor again. Alright, so I have started up UEFN again. We are going to click on See All Projects to bring up the old editor. And right now you can see you have a My Templates folder. Now, if you have relaunched UEFN and you still don't see your My Templates folder, that is most likely because you do not have any game templates inside it yet. If you get that kind of feedback where you still don't have your My Templates folder here, the fix is to add a game template in the folder. Now, we don't do it here from the editor side. We have again to do it in the back end. So let's do that next. That is then step 2 as well. How to set up a default game template in your My Templates folder that you just created. Now that you have your My Templates folder set up, you need to add a game to it that you want to use as a template. I already have several here, but you might not have any. And if your My Templates folder is still not showing up in your UEFN editor, it might be because you need at least one project here. So for that, I'm going to use my Mega RAM template kit, which is available on my website. And what you will need then is any game that you have created and use the folder of that game. What that means is when I, for example, open up my template kit, I have a game called Belastrah Mega RAM Kit A here. And if I click into it, I have all the Fortnite map data available. So there is your workspace, the UEFN, the plugins, the content, you know, the usuals that's usually under your project folder. So you have to bring in the project folder and its content under it, just like so. All right, so right click, copy, and paste that folder into your Fortnite Templates folder. Wait for it to copy and paste over to the other side. Sometimes it does take a little time, as everything in UEFN. All right, perfect. So our game just copy and pasted into our Fortnite Templates folder. Right now, we need to pay attention to several things before we can create a game from this game template that we just added. So just double click to go into your game folder, then look for a file called .ufn project. Once you have the .ufn project, right click on it to open it with the editor of your choice. I'm going to use Notepad just as we don't really need visual editor, but you can use any code program that you prefer. Something that you are looking for here is a word called binding. Just type in binding in search and you will see a binding section here. Binding is the area where you have the unique project ID for your Fortnite game or this specific Fortnite game. And especially if it has already been published, it would have a verse path, a project ID, and a game ID and unique ID here. So you do not want to have these resurface in a new game, because then it might send signals to Fortnite that this game has already been published and it's a duplicate. So duplicates are not something you want in general on Fortnite, and it does get flagged and you get less discover, for example, or so they say. So it is important to come here after you have set up a new game template and delete these bindings. So everything from the start of project ID all the way down to the last of the verse path need to be deleted, but it's important to keep this bracket just under binding and the closing bracket just after the verse path. Do not delete these, otherwise it's not going to work. So delete everything from project ID to the verse path and just click delete. So you're going to have, when you finish the bindings word at the top, the bracket here, and a space here, and just click save. Now don't play around with deleting other stuff. This is going to be replaced when you update your island settings for your new island. So pay special attention not to delete any other stuff. It will make errors if you do. You are only deleting the binding content here. Save it out. Now that we have done the first step in cleaning up our template, we want to go into content and we just want to check under developers if there's a developer folder. Right now, if you bought this template kit from me, I have already deleted this for you so you don't have to struggle. But many times there is a developer folder here. Just delete that folder. Then thirdly, if there is an image attached to it for the game and you want to change the image, you double click on collections and then you're going to see the game thumbnail here. I'm not going to change it because it's fine to use an image. You can always change it later, but just FYI so that you know, this is where you can change your game thumbnail, which will then show up when you publish it or when you have it in your projects under your creator portal. All right, so that is it. That is all that you do in terms of cleanup for your game. If you go back now under Fortnite Templates folder, you have your game and it is ready to launch. So we are going to launch again our Epic Games launcher. Now remember, your Epic Games launcher has to be closed if you are setting up a new template in the backend. But once you are done, you come back and you launch your UEFN editor. Your UEFN has just relaunched. Click on See All Projects to bring up the old editor. And now you can see you have your My Projects folder, you have your My Templates folder. So let's click on that. And there you can see the brand new Mega RAM template kit that we have just set up. Now remember, even if you rename your Fortnite templates folder, even if this folder name was different, let's say we called it Belastrah test, but if you double click, you can see that the template name will adapt as per your UEFN project. Now do not change this name, otherwise it's not going to work. I'm just showing you this as interesting information to know, because sometimes your folder name might differ from your island name, and then you're looking for your island here and you can't find it. So the project title is this, therefore that is going to be the name of the project when you look in your My Templates folder. Now it's easy. Your template has been cleaned up. There's no bindings anymore. Now you're simply going to click on the template that you want to make a new game of. Find the Fortnite projects folder and whichever folder. I like to sort my games into different folders, but do as you wish. Save this game under whichever folder. Now don't save it under your Fortnite templates folder. It has to be under your Fortnite projects folder. Select the team and then title your project as you wish. So let's say I just call it BL Mega RAM, and then you hit the create button. All right, so that was the quick and easy of how to create a My Templates folder, how to set up a default game template quickly and easily in UEFN. I'm Belastrah. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.